Okay, folks, welcome to a quick video. I'm kind of bored. I'm watching Bitcoin. This is the futures, the January 18 futures. They just began trading, so there's not much data here. So I'm just a bystander. And in fact, TD Ameritrade, this is Thinkorswim. They aren't even allowing trading so far of the futures. But I was watching it earlier, and you could see that we had opened up fairly strong. We gapped up all the way to 2650, and we've given up a lot of those gains. So what I would be looking for is some basing, which you may be beginning to see right now on this 15-minute chart. No new low for the period, but the period is really just beginning. We're only 1 minute into it, so a lot could happen. So what I would like to do here is we don't want to buy before we get a bounce, a technical bounce, and off of a known support level. So what I want to do is draw my upper band of resistance. Let's make this, let's call this, what color? Purple's cool. Purple, good. All right, so what I'm looking for here is Bitcoin to hold this support level, and if by chance at right now it's 8:03 Eastern Standard Time, if by 8:14 Eastern Standard Time we are still holding this support level here, well then I would consider scratching the itch, meaning putting on a very small position. When would I get more aggressive with my buying? Only when I got a breakout above this upper band of resistance in purple. What that means is that now you're beginning to see enough buyers step in, hold support, and now overwhelm sellers. Because now remember, you could short Bitcoin. So the whole game has changed now. It's not just a one-way bet, meaning all upside. Now you're going to have some pretty savvy short sellers out there leaning into Bitcoin. So I'll come back to this in a couple of minutes. I'll finish out this 15-minute period, and we'll go to gold. Now, a lot of trading, yes, is technical in nature, fundamentals as well. I'm more of a macroeconomic type guy. I'm into more of watching for inflationary trends, macroeconomic conditions, not so much fundamentals, because I don't believe a word that comes out of a boardroom. And since I don't have a place at the table, I would rather watch the charts, watch money flows, and identify macroeconomic events, meaning like the Federal Reserve hiked up interest rates. That should have been gold bearish, but it wasn't. It was gold bullish, and it has been for 2 years now. We've known that, and we've been building positions this time of year because seasonality favors gold traders going into January. But between now and January 1, it's going to be volatile. So what I'm watching right now, this is an hourly chart. I'm more of a swing trader rather than a day trader, so I'd rather watch the higher level charts, meaning 4-hour charts, where the day traders like to watch 5-minute charts. So this 4-hour chart, you could see that it is under pressure. We rallied after the Federal Reserve meeting. We pulled back. We're holding support here. You're seeing some good buy action right now. So again, much as we just did with Bitcoin, we want to take our crayon out, draw our upper band of resistance. Now, I know what the trading channel is here. We have our upper band here. We'll make that purple. We have our lower band here. And this is our early warning signal. What this tells me is that if we manage to rally up through this blue line, this secondary downtrend line. Here's your primary downtrend line in purple. If we manage to rally up to that, I would have my finger on the buy button because it's in all probability going to challenge the upper band of resistance. Now, do you buy it simply because it hits this upper band of resistance? Absolutely not. What you want to do is wait, show patience. And this is like the hardest part. This is where you can sometimes get delusional in believing that, you know what, there's no way it's not going to break out. And you could have thought that right here. In fact, we did break out. And remember, this is a 4-hour chart. So this goes back to Friday. And we were well above this upper band of resistance. What happened? We rolled over. Very bearish stuff. That was a bull trap. So right now we're trying to find our footing. When you're trading gold, you want to pay attention, close attention to the US dollar. And the US dollar, I'm watching currencies as well, the Japanese yen and the euro. The US dollar is up on the session, but it's now coming under pressure. So that should be bullish for gold. So what I want to take a look at next, and we'll go back to Bitcoin in a moment. I'm letting some time fly by here. What we want to do is take a look at the euro dollar futures. And you can see that, wow, they just opened up. And you can see that the euro has gapped down versus Friday. Now, we have some issues going on here in the United States. A lot of political turmoil going on. And while the euro may have gapped down here, I don't think it's going to last. We have the possibility of a constitutional crisis on our hands with, in all probability, the Attorney General getting fired and a war breaking out between the special counsel, Robert Mueller, and the White House. And if Trump fires Robert Mueller, I'll tell you right now, there will be a move for impeachment, and they'll probably get it. And you're going to see the dollar drop. You're going to see gold rally, and the euro and the yen. Let's take a look at the yen. The yen will move higher. And you can see the yen is basing right now. It's just filling the gap here. So we are in a wedge formation on the Japanese yen. It is down versus the dollar, but I don't think it's going to stay there. Here's the dollar. We continue under pressure. We're going to go back to Bitcoin. Yeah, we just took out prior lows right here. If we close down below this level here, we're going to come back down here and fill this gap. Now, if we fail to hold, let's go to a 1-hour chart. If we fail to hold the support level, we'll come all the way back down to 93.08. And if we get really serious political news out of Washington, you're going to see the dollar crack. And once it takes out, you'll see my alert up here, 93.03. That means that the dollar is breaking down to fresh lows on the month and is breaking down below critical support levels. And I think that it's probably going to happen when they sign this tax deal anyway, because it's blowing out the deficit. All right, I know most of you are watching this. It's 8:12 now, 3 minutes left in that 15-minute period. Let's go back to Bitcoin. All right, so remember where we were before. We said we wanted to see if Bitcoin would hold support. What's it doing? It's holding support. So here's what to watch out for is don't take solace in the fact that we are holding support right now, because with about 2.5 minutes left to go in this 15-minute bar, you can easily give it back and break down. Wait for the final. If you're gonna short-term trade this, day trade this, wait for those few seconds left in the 15-minute period. Scratch the itch. Open up a position. Set your stop right below this level here, because if it breaks, it's a continuation breakdown. You don't want to fight it. And if we rally up and through this upper bar here in purple and close there, expect a retest. What does that mean? It means that once we break out, they'll rally it and they'll pull back because traders are OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. I have it. I know. We want to see, in this case, Bitcoin pull back after it's broken out, retest what was resistance should now act as support. And if it fails and breaks back down into this trading range, well then, that's a bear trap. I would stop out of that position if it closes back down within this range. Because in all probability, we're going to retest this support level once again, and there's a very high probability that we will break and head considerably lower. We have only a few seconds remaining in this time period. You can see that. Let's go down to a 5-minute chart. We have rallied. We have not quite made it up to this upper band of resistance. You're seeing some sellers move in, as noted by these topping tails or wicks, whatever you want to call them. Some call them shadows. Doesn't matter what you call them. All it means is that there are sellers above. So respect your resistance levels. Don't go buying too much until you close above, retest, and then rally back. Now, here we are with only a few seconds left, and we're giving up a lot of the gains so far for this period. So the patience that we showed is paying off. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart. Now, we've just opened up our new 15-minute bar here. Last 15-minute period, we closed off the highs of the session. Now they're going to try to break it out. If anything happens that's interesting, I'll come back and I'll do another video. If you get any value out of this, just leave a comment below. And have a profitable trading day, an evening right now anyway, and a profitable trading day tomorrow. Happy holidays if I don't chat with you folks. Be well.